Hi everyone, welcome to join us. We're live at Badaguan, a historic mansion area in the city of Qingdao. It's actually near the coastline of the city. My name is Xiangyang with Xinhua News Agency. And Badaguan, the area, is actually made up of streets that named after China's important passes in ancient times. And it consists of about 8 roads, but nowadays it has expanded to 10. And the streets are a unique combination with lush trees aligned on both sides, and also a variety of buildings that were constructed in European styles. It is sometimes called, the compound here is sometimes called the World Architectural Fair because the variety of architectural styles that it has now. And as you're walking now, this is called the Juyongguan Road, one of the 8 passes. Ba Da Guan literally in Chinese means the 8 great passes. But now this area has 10 roads. I'm walking on Juyongguan Road, and the buildings that are very famous for its different styles, and one of the famous ones is called a Princess House. That is where we're heading. And also, 2 artists have already started their painting projects at Princess House. They will draw this building live at China Xinhua News. So you have to stay with us and see how they will draw this Danish style mansion that is very lovely and delicate. So Princess House is where we're heading. Stay tuned. And we're now again in the city of Qingdao, which is the host city of the upcoming Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit to be held in June. And Qingdao has been selected to be the host city. Now we're going to the courtyard of the Princess House. This is a Danish style mansion, and it is, you see the colors here are very bright. Actually, Badaguan, the scenic area, is home to unique flora. Lush trees, all kinds of flowers lining up on the streets and in the courtyards. The area is stretching about 700,000 square meters. The variety of architectural styles has been favored by newlywed couples. They choose the place to take photos and to be photographed. You see now, this is still early, around 9. A lot of visitors are already here. They're trying to take some photos, take a look, and have fun here in this courtyard of the Princess House where we are now. So if you have any questions, please let me know. And we will going to take a look of the 2 artists here. They have already started their painting. So this is, we're live now in the courtyard here at the building called the Princess House. Is one of the historic mansions here in Qingdao. The Badaguan area has become a very popular destination for tourists when they come to the city, and it's very close to the coastline. Along the streets, aligned with a variety of buildings in European architectural styles. And this one is a Danish style building. It is called the Princess House. It was built in the 1930s. So we have two artists here today drawing this Danish-style building. One of them is drawing in a cartoon style, and the other one is doing a lot of sketching. Well, Joy is asking a question about whether there is a princess life. There are a lot of, legends has it that the place is called the Princess House because the Danish prince has once come here and they want to build a place for the princess. But that is just, a legend saying, but hasn't been confirmed. This area is actually built in the 1920s and 1930s, and this building specifically is in the 1930s. So we are not confirmed by the story that the princess once come here, but actually this is indeed a Danish-style building. So if you have any questions for the artist here, feel free to leave them in the comments and I'll ask for you. So we have two artists today. One of them is doing some sketching of this building called Princess House in the scenic area of Bhagwan in Qingdao. And the other one is doing a cartoon style painting. Well, Joy still asks the question about what is the name of the princess. Well, this is only a legendary story. I know and there is no confirmation of any princess that has ever come here. But the place is called Princess House. So I can't tell you the name of the princess. It's really a legendary story. The building was built in 1930s. This area is called Badaguan, literally means the 8 great passes. They are famous for the variety of European-style architectures. A lot of mansions here, very historical. This is in the city of Qingdao in Shandong, China's Shandong province. Qingdao is the host city of the upcoming Shanghai Cooperation Organization to be held in June. Selection of the city as the host city reflects China's advocacy of the Belt and Road Initiative. Qingdao is very important and it connects Europe with railways and also connects other countries with the economic belt and 21st century maritime Silk Road. Jeffrey Lee has just joined us. So welcome you all that are watching this two artists, amazing artists, drawing this Danish-style painting in Qingdao. If you have any question, feel free to leave them in the comments. So tell us where you're watching, and if you have any questions, feel free, and I'll ask it for you. The two artists are both from Qingdao. They wanted to tell the stories of the city in their paintings. This is China Xinhua News Live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We're here in Qingdao. We're going to be doing a lot of live shows lately in the city, as the city will be hosting the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit. If you're just joining us, if you see this, Danish style mansion, you might be wondering where we are. Actually, we are in eastern China, the city of Qingdao. The area stretching 700,000 square meters is called Bhagwan Scenic area. It is famous for the variety of European architectural styles. Valero says, very clever artists, each with their own interpretation. Wonderful to watch. Thank you for leaving your comments. Catherine says she was fortunate enough to visit China twice. Well, have you ever been to Qingdao? Let us know. Lisa is watching from India. Welcome. Julian is saying hello. Thank you for joining us. This is China Xinhua News Live. So this area is really home to some unique flora. It has 10 roads now, formed this scenic area. The striking feature of the 8 great passes is the combination of parks and courtyards, with lush trees and perennially blooming flowers lining both sides of the 10 roads. Many street names are colloquially known by the trees that line them. It is a popular destination also for wedding photography. One can often see dozens of newlywed couples come here to be photographed. Along the streets are houses built in a variety of European architectural styles. This place is also sometimes called the World Architectural Fair. One of the most famous mansions is the Princess House. That is where we are right now. A delicate, lovely. The building looks like the house in a fairy tale. Just like the fairy tale from the great author Andersen from Denmark. It was built in the 1930s, covering an area of 1,000 square meters. We have 2 artists today drawing here now of this mansion. One of them is doing a sketching, uses like a lot of black pencils and erasers, and the other one is drawing in a cartoon style building. Dorji just says, good morning, Xinhua. Welcome to join us. Danielle asks, how does a bride dress for her wedding in China? Well, there are a lot of different wedding traditions across China. Some of them might be dressed up in traditional red Chinese dresses, or some of them in Western style, like a white dress. And, so it's really different. So if you want to find out, maybe you can, come to China one day and find out yourself. Sheila says, excellent. Thank you for joining us. Kashif says, cute house. Right. Well, this is, Lao is asking, is this close to Shandong? This is actually in Shandong. We're now in the city of Qingdao. It's a coastal city in eastern China's Shandong province. And this architecture is called the Princess House. It's one of the historic mansions in the area called Badaguan. Literally means in Chinese the 8 great passes, because the streets are named after China's important passes in ancient times, even though now it has 10 roads. Danielle says, very nice architecture. Thank you for joining us. Karun says, beautiful area and the drawing. Looking forward to see it in person. Well, welcome. Hope you can come here one day. That's to Karun. Thank you for joining us. Sharma says, lovely. It is lovely. The building is lovely. It's very delicate. It's a Danish-style building. This courtyard stretches over about 1,000 square meters. It's one of the must-see mansions here in this area. We have Hua Shi Lou, Princess House, and the Hudie Lou. The Hudie literally means butterfly, but it's actually a name of a female film star in the 1920s. Phenomenal, says Kwamina. Forgive me if I don't pronounce your name correctly. Or Joyce, you asked me who is the princess lives in that house. But now this is not a house living by anyone. This is a historical attraction. It's not, resided by anyone now. And it just has a name that called the Princess House. But we don't have any confirmation of whether it has to do with any princess. I hope answers your question, Joy. Thank you for leaving questions. So we have two artists today doing hand painting. One of them is doing a little sketching, and the other one is doing a cartoon style drawing. And both of them are here. They're both from Qingdao, the city, and they wanted to tell the stories of the city in their paintings. Joy says, thank you. Thank you for asking the question. Ben is asking, can we show you the inside of the house? And we'll find out and let you know. And so, because we're having two artists with us today, they're joining this mansion at the courtyard here, the Spanish-style building. It's a very delicate and lovely building. They're both from Qingdao, local people. The weather is okay today, a little cloudy, not as sunny as yesterday, but it still looks. Well, the building is not open to public. Its inside is not open to public today. So I'm sorry, Cal or Bain, we cannot get inside. But I hope you can still enjoy the painting. And Lloyd says, impressive work. Thank you. My name is Shang Yang with Xinhua News Agency. We're doing a live streaming here because Qingdao is the city to host the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit to be held here in June. And we're in town in these few days. We toured a lot of places in Qingdao. We have been to the Qingdao Beer Museum, tasted some of the best beers in Qingdao. And also we have been to the seafood market. That is really an important part of the local people. Every morning they go to that place and buy seafoods. And today we're touring the very, very beautiful exquisitely beautiful scenic area called the Bhagwan. Here, sometimes people call this place a world architectural fair because it has so many different styles of architectures, especially European styles. And one of the three most famous ones is this one. It's called Princess House. That is why we're here today. And two artists are joining this building live with Xinhua. Thomas says, I'm from Forest Park, Illinois, and my wife and I watch news of China. Well, you can follow China Xinhua News on Facebook and Twitter to get the latest news stories of China. Willie Otano is watching. Welcome, Willie. You have been following Xinhua for quite a long time. Thank you for joining us today also. Joe says, and I dreamed of photographing all the homes on my town. And well, that is just one of the dreams of two artists here today. And they're from Qingdao, and they wanted to draw, their hometown with their works. So one of them is drawing this cartoon style painting, and the other one is doing a lot of sketching. Kamina says, loved your beer samplings. Of course, Qingdao beer is famous around the world, and you can come here, especially in the city, to taste some of the flavors. Willie says, cool drawing. Thank you for joining us. Still, if you got any question, leave them in the comments. I'm going to read them now and ask for you. Joy says, hope we visit that place soon. Well, I hope you can really make it someday. Again, this area is called Badaguan Scenic Area. Badaguan in Chinese means 8 great passes because the streets here are named after China's important passes in ancient times. Joy is from Philippines. Thank you for staying with us. If you're just joining us now, we're live in the city of Qingdao, the host city of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit. This place is called Princess House that 2 artists are joining now. Princess House is one of the very many historic mansions here in the area called Badaguan in Qingdao, a scenic area favored by a lot of tourists and local people. It is also a popular destination for wedding photography. Yes, the color of the house is, they have been repainted, but the original color is also this light green color. It has been repainted a few times, and so it looks very fresh, but the original color is this light green color. I think the 2 of them will be finishing their projects soon, so we will see how the works will be looking like. Lao says, wish that Xinhua would go live with other scenic areas in China also. Of course, and we have a series of live shows called Amazing China. We have done that, a lot of that last year, and also we're going to continue the work this year. So you have to follow China Xinhua News on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And when we bring those shows alive, I hope you will be there with us. And this place is called the Princess House. Oh, well, Joe asks why this is called the Princess House. Well, there is no official confirmation about, the origin of the name, but this is indeed a Danish-style building, and there are a lot of legends circling around it, saying, maybe the Danish princess once come here, and he wanted to build a building for the princess in case the princess would come here to live inside. But actually, that hasn't happened. So it's just a legendary story. But this is a very delicate and lovely mansion. Luna says, congratulations. Of course, it's a little breezy today, a little cloud, but it's still fun to stay here in this Princess House, the courtyard here, one of the 3 most famous mansions in the area. I think they're about to finish. The work here. This one is a cartoon style painting. This one is a cartoon style painting, and they've been here this morning for the whole morning here. They started this wonderful project. One of them, the cartoon style painting. 这个画怎么样了？ 可以拿起来展示一下吗 ？OK， 我可以拿这儿哈。This one is done by Mr. Tai, very young artist, and he's a very young cartoonist, very good at illustrating and doing. He also has done a lot of emojis. He wanted to tell the stories of Qingdao, the city, the coastal city, and in Shandong province. He wants to tell the story of his hometown in his paintings, especially in these cartoons. So this is the Danish building called the Princess House, and that's we're actually here now, and he spent about 30 minutes to finish this project. Very, very efficient. So thank you. Let's take a look, see what Mr. Ma is doing. Can you 拿起来看一下吗？ And this is the work by Mr. Ma, is the sketching of this building, Princess House. And he spent about, 您花了多长时间？早上来了以后 about 2 hours. So we were not able to show you the whole drawing process in our live show because it takes about 2 hours. So he was here a little earlier than our crew. And I hope you enjoyed his painting. This is the Princess House. Thank you very much. So guys, so I think we're about to finish up this morning. This is the Bhagwan area, called the 8 Great Passes, a scenic area stretching 700,000 square meters, historic mention areas in Qingdao. It's actually near the coastal line of the city. Remember, Qingdao is the city to host the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit to be here in June. And we will be in town in Qingdao for today and tomorrow also. We have several other live shows. We want to tour some of the most famous places in the city and to let you know more about Qingdao. So again, thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you to Ma and Tai for doing this wonderful works to show you. So I hope to see you soon. My name is Zhang Yang with Xinhua. See you.